Esteemed scholars, welcome. It's nice to meet with you again. Thank you for all of the wonderful things that you are doing with our videos. We quite appreciate them. Please don't forget that it will pay if you continue to like our videos, if you continue to share them or repost them, and better still, subscribe to our channel. It is completely free of charge. Don't forget that your academic success is of paramount concern and interest to us. Once more, welcome. What have we come to discuss in today's video? We want to look at a very fundamental topic, and it is called indices. Indices. Indices is the plural form of index. Index simplified means power. Indices therefore means powers. Like we have on the board, what is the usefulness of indices? Its usefulness is found in solving arithmetic that has to do with mathematical characters. In other words, indices presents us with cheap and simple techniques, procedures for working with mathematical characters. What are examples of mathematical characters? A raised to power n, for instance, a raised to power n, 10 raised to power minus q, z raised to power 0. They are examples of mathematical character. In the first one, a raised to power n, n is the index, a is the base. In the second one, a remains the base, n is the index or power. In the third mathematical character, 10 is the base, minus q is the index or power. And in this third one, z is the base, 0 is the index or power. So when we have mathematical characters like this, a simple but cheap method of solving mathematics involving them is what is known as indices. To make it further simplified, let us look at the laws or the rules of indices. The laws or the rules of indices. And then we are going to state 7 basic rules of indices. And I would love you to pay attention to the rules, because it is a concrete understanding of the rules that make their utilization very easy. Now, let's assume that A, comma, N, comma, N, comma, 0, comma, are real numbers. They are not imaginary numbers, they are real numbers. Then the following will be the 7 laws of indices. 7 laws of indices. What is the first law? It is the product law. The product law of indices. So it means that this law is used to simplify mathematical expressions that involve multiplication of mathematical characters. Look at what the law is saying. The law is saying if I have a raised to power n multiplied by a raised to power n, you notice that the bases are the same. It is the powers or indices that are different. The law says a raised to power n multiplied by a raised to power n will give us a raised to power n plus n. In other words, multiplication of the base translates to addition of the indices or powers. We can stretch it further. Let's stretch it further. We can stretch it further to a raised to power n times a raised to power n times a raised to power q. Certainly that will give us a raised to power n plus q. So the multiplication of the bases translate to addition of the indices. So when the expression involves multiplication, all you need to do to get your answer is to add the indices. Let's take the second law quickly. This is the quotient law. The quotient law of indices. The law is saying a raised to power n divided by a raised to power n is equal to a raised to power n minus n. So when I am dividing a mathematical term or character by another mathematical term or character, all I need to do to get my final answer is to subtract the second index from the first index. Subtract the second index from the third index. So it means that if we decide to expand it, that is a raised to power n divided by a raised to power n divided by a raised to power q, this will simply give us a raised to power n minus q. The second law tells us that division changes to subtraction division in the base changes to subtraction in the indices or powers. Quickly, let's run through the third one. The third one is the zero index law. Zero index law. What's zero index law saying? The zero index law is saying that a raised to power 0 is 1. That is b raised to power 0 is equal to 1. So any number raised to power 0 becomes 1. That's the zero index law. So a billion raised to power 0 translates to 1. That is what the third law, the zero index law, is saying. So we have now examined the first 3 laws of indices. The product law, it tells us that multiplication in the term translates to addition in the indices. Then we looked at the quotient law. The law tells us that division of the terms translates to subtraction in the indices. And then we looked at the third law, the zero index law. That law says any number raised to power 0 is always equal to 1. Don't forget, we have 7 laws. We have just treated 3. There are still 4 to go. But don't forget to continue to like our videos. Don't continue to share them. Don't forget to continue rather to share them or repost them. And ultimately, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We see you in the next video.